Now we will continue with the purchase order topic itself. So this week we have started with the first, practical part, and we anyway understood the what is P2P, S2P cycle, and we started with the procurement cycle, where the first practical topic was creating the purchase requisition document and converting that into purchase order. The second topic, right? So we have done from the practical point of view, we understood how to create a PR, how to convert that into PO, and many other things. So today's session will be completely based on understanding the PO topic from theoretical session, guys, because now this is a very important topic for your interviews also. That's why uh, we will go with all the important informations what we have to look while creating purchase order, who will create a purchase order, how they will create a purchase order, what all approvals has to be taken. All those things we'll try to understand in detailed manner, guys. Okay. So first of all, before I proceed with that, let me know how many of you have actually practiced this PR to PO process and what difficulties are they facing while practicing it. Any difficulties, guys? Those who have practiced, some are still in
Sir,
installation process, but those who have installed, yes.
I took for practice M07 material. That material is not provided by both the vendors, so we should
Correct.
remove it from PO, right? If
Correct.
that, yeah.
Yeah. So all these materials are, which your list have given, right, up to M20, all these materials are not provided by only these two vendors. So I think up to M04, M05, these two vendors can provide, but later on we have other vendors to be taken care.
Yes, sir. So I came across that. So purchase requisition will be in open status as that material is not provided by both the vendors, right?
Correct. But suppose if that vendor is not available now, but I want to close that PR anyhow,
Yeah.
because
Yes.
till that new vendor gets selected, I don't have the time to keep it open. So I have to close it. So how did you close that?
We can close it manually. Am I correct?
Manually, correct. Right, guys? So manual process also I explained in the previous case. So the same scenario will be there for PO also now. Because see, once we convert this PR to PO, PR is closed, so that is taken care by the production team, as I said, and that is done. But now, as we know that the PO team, the purchase department has created a PO. Now the process goes with the PO process, PO document, guys. So for this, we have to look after when the PO gets closed and when the PO gets PO for how many days it will remain as open. So same here also, the timeline will be given to you to close it, guys. So let me explain you the scenario, like how it happens actually in a company and an industry, guys. Okay, like suppose everyone have, let us say they have got selected in Infosys company, right? Infosys is a IT service provider company. Okay, guys. Let us say you are an employee hired by Infosys. Now, Infosys has taken a project, and let us say project name is supply chain management of a client who is German based. So who is that? Our company code 1000 for which we are working, guys. I hope everyone is getting this. You are an employee of Infosys, but you are working for a project of supply chain for this company code 1000. So this German company has given a project to Infosys company to manage their which department? So let us say purchase and accounts. Correct, guys? So purchase and accounts project is given to this Infosys company. So Infosys company will hire, okay, the employees from India, and they will do the project of this client. Client is going to pay to the Infosys company for the whatever the project cost they have negotiated, and Infosys company will calculate how many employees are required to do this project, and based on that it will set the budget also for giving the salaries to you. So they will decide the salary. They say for this project the budget is 5 lakh rupees, 8 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees. and based on that, your salary negotiation will happen based on your experience profile, how many year of experience you are, fresher or with 1 year experience, 2 years experience, 3 years experience, what are the requirements. So that Infosys company will take care of this. But whatever the guidelines are there, whatever the SOPs are there, I hope everyone knows what is SOP. Standard operating procedures, right? So these are all, or even the SLAs. SLAs, what are SLAs? Yes, guys. SLA stands for service level agreements. And similarly, even TAT is there. TAT is turnaround time. So SLA or TAT, both are same, guys. They are nothing but the time duration for a particular task to be completed. Now, actually, turnaround time is taken care by the Infosys, but SLA is given by the client, the company code 1000. So, what is the name of the company, guys? Right now, we are working on ADSAG, right? So, this company, let us say it is a manufacturing company, automotive manufacturing company, and it has given its project to the Infosys company as a to provide the services. So now we are, let us say, hired for purchase department to manage the POs. Now, what do you think, guys? Who will create PR and who will create PO? Are they both same departments? Yes. Are they both same department? I hope everyone has understood clearly who creates PR and who will create a PO. Okay. Now see, guys. When we started with the first P2P cycle, I explained that the information comes from where the sales department and it is sent to the production team, and with help of store department, they will manage to create a PR. Now you tell me, guys, the store department or this manufacturing or production department, are they present in India or are they present in Germany? Yes, guys. What do you think? Production department will be from Germany itself. So when production team, store department are creating the PR, it means we receive PR from whom? From client. So the client is called as for us requester. Right? So client will create a PR. He will check all the information. He will give the approval, like from the clients, and he will give the approval. And that information is sent to. Okay, so that information after approval is sent to which department, guys? Purchase department. No, where is purchase department? Who is looking after purchase department, guys? Infosys company, right? And when I say Infosys company, you people are working for that project. So it means you are going to handle the PR to PO process. You are going to convert that into PO. So this is what we call PR to PO process. So whenever the information comes, okay, with respect to PR, you are not working in the manufacturing plant or in a manufacturing company. You have never seen the products visually, okay, in live. You're just working on a documentation part. You have never seen the company also, guys. All right. So now you are working in Infosys company. You don't know anything about the German client informations. You know the information, but you have never visited and actually looked after the production plant or the actual product what we are purchasing. That information or that knowledge you might not have. Now, when the information comes in terms of PR, which the German company has created, when it comes to the purchase department. So what purchase department will do, guys, first, right? So they will validate the PRs. What do I mean by validating? Validating means checking the PRs. So what all factors are important while checking the PRs, guys? You tell me, according to you, what all information will be important? What information you have added in the PR?
Materials, plants, storage locations.
Materials, quantities, uh, plants, you said. Okay. Delivery date, delivery address, right? Then, then what else?
Storage
You have to
location.
say, yeah, storage location, plant, it is same. So don't worry about storage location, because once the plant is given, so plant is important right now, because once it reaches the plant, because delivery address will be given of only plant, guys, not storage location. Correct? So that is not so important, but plants are important. Then, right? So you have to check unit of measurement. Why it is so important, I'll tell you later on. But remember, unit of measurement. What was the unit of measurement we had considered?
Pieces.
Pieces, right? Yeah. So that is also very, very important part. Then, apart from this, yes, guys. Apart from this, you have to check the buyer's information also, guys. Like his details. Of course, who is buyer now? The client, right? So that is nothing but his delivery address information, everything is there. Apart from the name of the buyer, okay. Uh, then what we call it as the registration details are there. So those things has to be checked properly. So those also have to be taken care. But when I say I'm validating the PR, I'm checking the PR. Who's checking the PR? Let us say you are checking the PR sitting in India as per the Infosys company now. How do you know that this all information is correct or wrong? Because, of course, if you say the client has created the PR, sir, they have approved it and they have sent it, means of course it has to be correct. But are you sure every time the PR will have no issues? Sometimes there will be human errors, no guys. It will happen that the client has made a mistake requesting the information. So how we are going to check whether it is correct or wrong? Because just giving you the document which they have created does not validate the information, guys. You have to cross verify the vendor's documents also, guys. Ready? So when I say validate the PRs, you are going to validate the PRs with reference to contracts, agreements, or quotations, or any reference document from the vendor. Yes. So these documents will be available with you as per the vendors list which is given to you, which you are working for the project, or the client itself will attach the vendor's information with this PR and send you. So whenever the Infosys team will receive it, so there is a team initially who will just validate the PR information and allocate those PRs to your multiple people. Like when I say we have a team in Infosys, team of, let us say, 5 members who are working on purchase order creation. So let us say daily you are receiving 100 PRs, right? You are receiving 100 purchase requisitions. So that will be divided. So who will divide that? So which person will handle how many POs, how many PRs? So that will be taken care by the backend team. So which is present in the Infosys, which is working on the same project again. So these people will check the PRs, validate them, and allocate those to the 5 members. right? So when it comes to you, you have to check these contracts, agreements, quotations, and all, and you have to see whether whatever is there in a PR, the same information, the material specifications, the details, as I said, the unit of measurement, the delivery address of the buyer, all these informations you have to cross verify whether it is correctly entered or no. If anything is mistake, you raise a ticket, you send it back to the client, you check, take a mail confirmation or whatever it is through SAP itself or whatever it might be. So you can reject that PR or what it might be, and then take a corrected PR case. That is what we call validating the PRs. Ready? So this is very, very important step, guys. I hope you understood. How does the process goes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the question is, you have received 100 PRs from the client. Okay. So let us say per day you are receiving 100 PRs. So each member is allocated with 20 PRs. So there is a timeline to convert those PR to PO, no? Because PR has to be closed as I said previously, and they have to be converted to PO. So in this timeline, for in how much time you have to close the PRs and convert to POs. So this timeline will be given by the client itself, guys. So this is what we call it as service level agreement, SLA, or even it is called as TAT. Okay. So this information can be set by the client or turnaround time, which is set by the Infosys company. Now, suppose if the SLA is not mentioned by the client, then Infosys company will provide the timeline to finish it. That is called turnaround time. Anyway, both are same case. So let us say you have got 20 PRs. So they'll say within 48 hours, you have to close those PRs. What if you don't close, guys? What if you don't close?
It might affect the production.
How the production will happen after the what I say dispatch or receiving of the material, no? Now how it is affecting you, leave the company. Yes, how it is affecting you. See guys, when 20 PRs come to you daily, and let us say you have converted 18 PRs to PO. Now what is your conversion ratio, guys? What is the percentage of your efficiency now?
90%.
Simple. So it is 90%. So it means you have missed the timeline. So when that SLA breaches, SLA or turnaround time breaches, then you have to report to your manager and inform him about the issue happened with that remaining 2 PRs. Why it was not closed, whether it was your mistake or whether you had not received the correct information from the client or whatever information was missing. You have to prepare a report and you have to put that. Now, the if suppose if this continues, guys. Now this is like a day-to-day basis. So system will be calculating your SLAs. You have to update everything on a what we call it is a ticketing tools are there. Apart from SAP, you'll be working on multiple other softwares in our industry, guys. It's not like only working on SAP and done. No, you will be working on another tools and all. So we call ticketing tools like Service now is there. So where you get the informations of PR numbers and all those things, and you have to go there and update the information saying that today I have closed these many PRs, these are pending, right? So that information will be taken care by the client also. It will be there with the manager, general manager, clients, and everything. Everyone will be in the loop. Now, when your efficiency, let us say, is 90% for the entire whole year on an average basis, guys, right? If they take into consideration on an average basis, now this will be calculated under your KPIs. So last class we discussed, we came across this term. What is the KPI?
Key performance indicator.
Indicator. What is this, guys? So key performance indicator. So this KPIs can be set for multiple peoples. It can be set for your manager also, for yourself also, for the client also, for your vendors, suppliers also. We have different types of KPIs, but I'm speaking with your KPIs now. Now, how it is going to, as the name says, key performance indicator. So in key performance indicator, there are multiple factors to be considered, but one major factor is your work, that is efficiency. So your efficiency is 90%. Now, what is meaning of that? What will happen if that is a 90% efficiency? Now, that will hamper your growth, guys. Simple as that. Growth means like your increment, right? Apart from that, bonus. I hope everyone knows that whenever you take any salary, so in salary, there are two components, right? One is fixed and one is variable. You know this or no?
Yes.
So what is that case? What is fixed and what is variable? Fixed salary is nothing but which you are going to get on regular monthly basis, irrespective of your performance. Okay. So you do whatever you do. So the fixed CTC will be there, including your other deductions like PF, KF, that everything will be under fixed. But what is variable? That is nothing but performance based, or we call it as bonus, right? So they say your fixed CTC is 4.5 LPA, but variable I will give you 70,000, so it is 5.2 LPA. So everyone will think that those who are freshers, majorly those who don't know about this, they say my package is 5.2. No, guys, your package is 4.5. Because when next time you are going to negotiate with any company, they will not consider your variable pay. They'll check with only fixed CTC. Okay, in offer letter they say I will give you 5.2, but in that you will be having only 4 lakhs fixed CTC. 1.2 lakhs is your variable. So don't take it, guys. Always fixed should be more. Variable should be less. Okay, as much as possible. So variable pays your bonus, guys, your performance based. So they say if your, so let us say that another performance is how much, guys? 70,000, right? So I said 4.5 plus 70,000, 5.2 is a total LPA. So they say if your performance lies between, uh, let us say 92 to 100%, okay, so then you'll get 100% bonus. It means whatever 70,000 is there, you'll get all. If your performance is 70 to 90%, then you will get 75% bonus. If your performance is, let us say 50 to 70, then they'll give you 50% bonus. And anything less than 50, no bonus, zero directly. So now, I hope you understood. If your performance is covering 90%, then your variable pay will change here, right? So that is one thing, right? Of course, that variable pay will be paid to you in terms of quarterly basis or annually basis or half yearly basis, depending upon their rules and regulation. But also, apart from this, it is going to hamper your next year's increment, guys, right? So they say 5% increment, 10% increment, whatever your salary is there. So this is how it is very important that you maintain your KPIs to the highest level, because this is one factor I'm saying. So likewise, there are multiple other factors which will depend your performance. Like you have done any other development activities? Have you made any cost saving for the company? Have you bought any projects for your company? Have you done any research work? Have you got like any certifications which will help you for the process in the company, right? Or are you pursuing any higher graduation with the help of the company's information, with the help of a company's name, which is going to help the company in the future projects? All those things are going to what improve your KPIs. Just doing normal work is not sufficient in a company, guys. You have to go for multiple activities. Right? So therefore, you have to close your purchase requisitions, whatever you get, and convert them into purchase orders as much as possible. But we know that it is not always possible to do 100% of a, no one will achieve 100%, guys. Of course, there will be escalations or some issues, those things will be there. But I'm just giving an example and letting you know that how the process works in a company. So these factors are very, very important, guys. Okay, SOPs, SLAs, STAT, KPI. So remember, these all keywords because when you attend interviews, they might ask you what was your KPIs, what was your TAT, right? So you have to answer these things. Was that clear? Understood how to? No. So once this point is clear, how to validate the PRs to PO. Now let us come to the next important parameter that are what are important points to be checked in PO. Of course, as I said, one is the material informations, material info, the name, description. I'm saying in PO, guys, okay? Not PR now. PR is over now. So I'm coming for PO. So when PO is created, and we know that it has to be sent to for approval, same like PR. So when PO is approved, so a lot of care has to be taken. So there are a lot of important things what we have to check. So say material name, material descriptions, material unit of measurement. Now I'll explain you this. What is unit of measurement? So let me open the PO, guys. So anyone can help me out, guys? How do I open the purchase order? I want to view the previous purchase order which I have created. How do I open it, guys? What is the T code? Yes. So go to ME23. Yeah. Standard PO. It is displaying. But how do you know that this is the same PO number which you had created previously? Of course, the date is there. So that is one parameter. But apart from that, did you create only these two? This only this PO? Where do I get the list of the POs, guys? Document only. So till previous class, we have seen only PRs. So just click on the selection wheel and go to my purchase orders. Yeah. Uh, okay, so you get the list of purchase orders. So here in purchase orders, how do I know that which purchase order I had created when? It is not showing any date, no? So I told you in the previous class, that is in the PR, same. What we have to do, we just need to go to person settings and set the date here. So let us say in past 1 week, I want the list of all the POs. So save it, refresh this, and here we'll get the list of POs. So when you check the POs, guys, you can see sometimes the PO numbers are getting duplicated. Same PO numbers appears multiple times. So don't worry about this, guys. All are same. So they are duplicated because it's a default setting in the SAP to represent how many lines of materials you have added in that PO, guys. So you can see in 542, which is open by default now, it contains 2 lines of material. So it is showing 2 times here. If you open 541, it contains 3 lines of materials for 1000 vendor and therefore 3 times. But all are same documents, guys. Right? So what we can do is like we have got a setting to what I say. If you are getting confused, so we can make it manageable with only one number. So if you do want to do that, just go to this change breakdown, click on material, bring it here, and just save it. So now it will not get duplicated with respect to materials information, right? So now you can see inside this which all materials you have added. Earlier, it was not showing. It was showing number of duplicates to represent how many lines of materials has been added. But if you do it only one time, it will show the number of materials itself directly, right? So this is how we can open. Now anyway, we got the document overview, and when I double click on that, it will open in a display mode. So this PO is open now. Now when I get this just off the document overview, and I want to check the status of this PO initially before I go to the next step. So where do you get the status check for this PO, guys? Right? It is there in the header. So go to header. So here you can see we have got multiple tabs here. I'll discuss about them, but you can see the last tab, which is going to show us the header. Sorry, status. So in status, you can see total number of quantities ordered. How much? 1400. So add all of them. 900 plus 300 plus 200. 1400. How many quantities are delivered? 0. So therefore, how many quantities are still to deliver? 1400. So therefore, this still to deliver can be called as what, guys? Open quantities. And delivered quantities are called as closed quantities. Getting? So when all these 1400 quantities get delivered, then automatically this PO gets closed. I don't know. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Right? But in PO close, guys, remember, whenever the materials are all delivered here. Okay, so when materials are all delivered, so let us 100% and all this still to deliver becomes delivered. So and still to deliver becomes 0, that is open quantities becomes 0. PO is closed. We will assume that PO is closed, but not entirely. It is partially closed because here we have closed from which angle? Delivery point. But PO has to be closed from payment point also, no? So when the entire PO will get closed? When you make a payment size, then the entire PO gets closed. It means after invoice verification and payment. But right now, we will consider it for the delivery part only. That is still to deliver and delivered. If the materials are delivered, we'll assume right now for this process of closed. When I come to invoice verification, I'll tell you all those things, guys, or how the PO gets closed. Okay, done. Now, we have understood these things, right? So here we can check the status, and also apart from this, what is the total value of this PO? So that is also it is reflecting here in detailed manner, all the information with respect to the price calculations, whatever has been set here. So all these things we can check. As we know, got to know that this is open now. So therefore, I was saying about unit of measurement. So let us come to that. So as you can see, in purchase requisition, we had unit of measurement as pieces. So here also, you can see 900 pieces are there, right? But what is the header here? Header is not unit of measurement. In PR, it is unit of measurement, but here it is order unit. So we have to check whenever we create a PO, guys, we have to check what is it if the unit of measurement has been differentiated with order unit or not. What do you mean by that? Now let us say that in your company's measurement point of view, you are taking in terms of pieces. Because for all your internal calculation of the company, the standard unit of measurement is pieces for the monitor. But when you're purchasing it from the vendor, vendor will say, I cannot provide you in terms of pieces because my delivery will be in terms of containers or in terms of boxes. So I cannot say that I'm going to supply you these many pieces. I'm going to say I'm supplying these many boxes. So when the unit differs between the buyers and supplier, it is very much important to check these units, guys. Now suppose if the vendor says he is going to provide in terms of box. Okay, so he's not going to add the information in terms of pieces, and also all the invoices should be in boxes only, and all the purchase order should be in terms of boxes, right? So what happens? These pieces will be taken in the all internal documents like PRs, and all these other documents, other external documents, will be considered in terms of boxes. But when the conversion happens, like when the difference of unit comes, then we have to maintain the conversion ratio. saying in one box how many pieces will fit. Let us assume now 10 pieces, right? So in that case, automatically system will convert this 900 pieces to 90 boxes here. So you should not get confused there saying in PR it is 900 and in PO it is showing only 90 here. So don't change that number. Check the unit guys here. Unit is same or no. If unit is same, but still numbers are mismatching, then you can alter it. Don't alter it without checking the unit of measurement guys. They are very, very important because saying 900 pieces and saying 900 boxes, there is a lot of difference. I hope you're getting that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So the unit of measurement will be important case. Okay. So yeah, apart from this, next, what are the important other information? Material name, description, unit of measurement. Of course, very important guys. Net price, right? Net price we have to check. Is there no in PO? I said it will reflect automatically. But how do you know that this information is correctly there in your system, whether it is updated? Because the vendor says every monthly basis I'm changing my price. So have you received the updated quotation and is it updated in the PO? You have to cross verify guys. As I said, validate the PR to PO. No? So you have to take that contracts, agreements, quotations, and validate these informations. And apart from this, what else guys? Net price is there. Of course, material unit of measurement, net price. Material descriptions are also very important. Okay, then next we will go with what? Buyer's information. The buyer's information is like buyer's name, his delivery address, right? His registration details like GST number, TAN number, or any what we call it as earlier before GST we had what VAT number or whatever, what company registration details, whatever are there, those we can add it. Then next, check the delivery time, whether it is matching as per the quotations vendor has given or no. So to check the delivery time, okay, and also check the validity of reference documents. What about documents? Reference document. Now, what reference are we taking here? These things, right? So these reference documents validity. Now, suppose if the validity was only up to June, this quotation was given up to from January to June, but still we are using the same quotation uh, without taking the new revised quotation, then it becomes wrong. So we have to hold it until unless approval is given from the vendor or the client end. Ready? So our agreements or contract, because see, whenever you sign agreements or a contract, there is always a validity period set that is for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years agreement. So those agreements validity also we have to check it before validating this all information. Then of course next informations will be vendors information page. When I say vendors information, uh, actually net price will come under vendors information. I'll come to that because as we said, vendor to vendor, the material price will change. So vendor name, vendor's address, vendor's contact details, sorry, vendor contact details, and vendor's registration details because we need his informations also, right guys? So what are its prices and any discounts he is providing, or discounts and all I'll speak in the invoice part, not required right now. So do that. And apart from that, we can say what else guys? Delivery time I've already put. So what is the delivery time? So I'll take it here only because vendor to vendor delivery time is also going to change. But guys, the delivery time of the vendor. And then what else guys?
Sir, currency
What?
under what income?
Correct.
Currency
So
of
that's
the
let's say net price. net price and currency. Correct. So currency is an important factor. Okay. So currency is a very, very important factor. Yes, we have to check that. And also you have to check the accounting team will check the conversion ratio if we are dealing with the different country vendor. But right now we have seen that the vendor, the client who is there, right? As we discussed here, where is that information? We'll come to this. Right? So client has requested the PR from Germany, right? So he has created a PR and he is saying that PR has been sent to the Infosys company who is sitting in the India. Now, who will create a PO guys? The purchase department, right? So this purchase order will be sent to whom now? Vendor. Now guys, you tell me vendor is from where? We have seen the vendor's address, no? Yes, Germany. So it means the buyer, the client who is there, even he is from Germany, vendor is also from Germany, but in between we are working as a middle person to handle the information between this Germany, this client and this vendor. So both are from Germany only, but we are sitting in India and we are working for them guys. So it is just like this. The projects will be like this. So in future, I will be giving you an assignment where you have to search for your own clients. You have to search for their products. You have to search for the raw materials, the what I say, the pricing informations, all other terms and condition descriptions, and multiple things which you have to research for your own project, right? So there, this step is very, very important. So whichever client you take from whichever country, US based, UK based, or any Australia, or any of the different country, or China, or anywhere. So those countries vendors only you have to search guys. But you're working for those projects. So this point will be very important because when you go for any big MNC companies hiring process, they'll ask you, have you got any exposure in procurement for global sourcing? Global means international suppliers. So these things will be important for you guys. So those will give you an add-on points in the resumes. Okay, next. Okay, so all these things we have checked. Apart from this, guys, there are some more points which are very, very important from the vendor's point of view. But I'm taking those points separately, which comes under vendor's information itself. Those are called as payment terms and Incoterms. What are payment terms and Incoterms? Payment terms, I hope everyone knows. You can see it. So if we just go to header, guys, we have got all the vendors related information only. I've shown already the address information of the vendor, communication, like I want to communicate to vendor to whom to contact, right? So any other different offices are there, then that information, any other additional data about that vendor, like here you can see VAT registration number is there. So all these things will be there here, guys, right? This is all vendors information. Okay. Now apart from this, you can check the first tab here. What is this? Delivery and invoice. What is there here? Payment terms. And in that, it has written as ZDP01. Some code is given. And below that, 14 days, 3%, 30 days, 2%, 45 days net. And they are said Incoterms EXW. What are all these things? And when I go through ZDP01 and click on this pin, you can see we have got so many payment terms in the system defined. So what is this all things? What are these payment terms, first of all? No.
Uh, like we pay in, if we pay in 14 days, we'll get 13% discount. Sorry, 3% discount. Like that.
Mm. 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 Mm.
And the thing is, like, if we pay like at 45th day, we need to pay full amount, like without any discount.
Correct. See, what are payment terms, guys? See, leave about business point of view. I hope everyone, when they have done the online shopping, everyone have clicked the different payment terms. So those who are fresher, those who don't know, payment terms are nothing but the terms and conditions of getting the payment done between the buyer and supplier, because buyer has to make a payment to the supplier. So how he's going to make? So like when you go to online shopping, guys, you select your item, and when you go for payment option, you get the payment options, right? Like credit cards, debit cards, and all. So those are actually payment gateways. So those are not payment terms, guys. So payment terms are, now suppose if you select a credit card, right? So what will happen after that? You'll get some EMIs option. So those are called as payment terms. The options to make a payment. Ready? Payment terms. So like one more thing, COD. What is COD?
Cash on delivery.
Right? Cash on delivery. The cash on delivery is one type of payment term, guys. Like we in businesses, we have different types of payment terms. EMI, I hope everyone knows.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Apart from that, we have like CIA, or we call it as PIA. Pratik, can you just mute your mic? Okay, thank you. So CI or PI. CI means what, guys? Cash in advance or payment in advance. So what happens in this scenario? In this scenario, whenever as a buyer, you release the PO to the vendor, what will happen, guys? Vendor will send you the, what vendor will do? Vendor will send you the order acknowledgement copy, right? Or no? Order confirmation. So once we receive the order confirmation from the vendor, where is that? Okay, we receive the order confirmation from the vendor. With order confirmation, you receive the invoice of the material, whatever you have ordered, guys. So you have to make a full advance payment, 100% advance payment. Then the materials will be dispatched by the vendor. So that is what we call it as CIA or PI. But sometimes you can negotiate. You'll say 50% I will pay before material delivery, and 50% you will pay after material delivery. Okay? So you can negotiate. So payment terms are not standardized, guys. Payment terms can be negotiated. However, the negotiation happens between buyer and supplier during onboarding process or during selection process of the vendor. Apart from this, in businesses, major payment terms are net payment terms, guys. Net payment terms means, guys, they are credit payment terms. What are credit payment terms? Where you are going to make a payment after material delivery. But in this also, whose profit is more, guys, if you take credit payment terms? Buyers or suppliers? You as a buyer, if you make a delay payment, is it profitable to you or is it profitable to supplier?
It is profitable to supply.
Simple, guys. It will be always profitable to you, guys. Like you choose EMI options and you say I will pay afterwards. So it is always profitable to you. It is not profitable to the supplier. But here the thing is that you are making a whole 100% payment on credit basis. So of course the risk is there, right? So here the net payments will be like 10 days net payment. That is once the invoice has been received, or let us say once the materials have been delivered. After that you will make a payment. So they say 10 days, I will give you the payment term. You negotiate, you say, no, at least I require 20 days payment terms, 20 days net payment terms, or 30 days payment terms, 45 day payment terms, 60 days. It sometimes we have seen up to 90 days payment terms also, guys, and within 3 months of time. Right? In some different business scenarios, we have different types of payment terms. But major businesses will work on credit term device. When I come to the invoice, I'll tell you why it is majorly credit, right? So credit payment terms are used. So now here you can see in our PO, vendors payment terms are already defined in the master data. So here it says 45 days net. So 45 days, right? So but this 45 days, when I say this 45 days will be calculated from when, guys? Will it be calculated from the PO date or material delivery date or PR date or dispatch date? Which date, guys? Material received date by the buyer. Which date? But how do the supplier gets to know the date of delivery, exact date of delivery? Suppose purposefully buyer is delaying date of delivery, then no ways. See here, this payment terms, whenever they say credit payment terms, now those who are using credit cards, guys, I hope they can answer this very easily. See, the credits always work from the billing date, guys. Whenever you receive the bill, so it is nothing but invoice. So on that invoice, there is a date written, guys. So always this 45 days will be calculated from that invoice date. So guys, that is a standard, because when I say I want to make a payment, how much payment you are going to make to the supplier, where is that information there, guys? In which document it is there? Yes, it will be in invoice, right? So invoice will be always taken as a reference document, and from that invoice date, it will be considered as 45 days. And this is a standard. Ready? So this has to be taken care. 45 days. Now 45 days for a supplier is a very huge time to wait, because buyer is getting 45 days, so he's happy, because longer the duration to make a payment, he can continue his business. But supplier business is stuck here. So what he does, he puts some terms and conditions in that payment terms. Like he says, if you make a payment in 14 days instead of 45 days, then 3% discount I will provide. 3% discount. So I'll say 3%, so less discount. So then what is the use? I'll wait till 45 days only. Right? If you say so, then check the amount, guys. When I say 3%, 3% of my total billing. Or let us check the PO status only. What is the value of this PO, guys? Anyone can read this? How much is this? How much is this, guys? Now I don't teach numbering system here, guys, in class. I hope I'm not a math teacher here. I hope everyone can read this. It is European numbering system, guys. It is 17,085,500 euros, which is 1 crore 70 lakhs 85,500 euros. Ready? In our Indian numbering system, it is 1 crore 70 lakhs. Just an numbering. What is a 3% of 1 crore 70 lakhs? Or let us say, I will round it off 1 crore 50 lakhs. What is 1%? 1.5 into 3. So it is almost 4.5 lakh rupees, or euros, you can say. So 4.5 lakh euros. Do you think it is a small amount? Never. Right? So don't say 3% is less or high. No, guys, it is a very, so that is what they calculate and put that percentage. So even that you say it is a very, very big amount for you. If you make a payment earlier, then it is the advantage, right? So then the vendor has given one more type of payment. That is what, if you cannot make a payment in 14 days also, then I'll give you one more option. Then make in 30 days, but with less discounted price, that is 2%. And if it is not possible to make a payment in 30 days also, then there will be no discount up to 45 days. And suppose if you delay the payment after 45 days also, then there is a penalty. Guys. Simple. 1%, 2% penalty you have to pay on that. Whatever that will be written on the invoices, guys. So that you have to take care. Right? So these are some called as payment terms. Okay. So in interview, payment terms are asked, guys. This is a 100% sure question. What do you mean by payment terms, and which payment terms? If you say that you have converted PR to PO, what were your vendor's payment terms? You can take same example and explain, or you can take any of these examples which the list is contains, or you can take any of these other payment terms which are explained and you can tell this. But it is mandatory. Everyone should know what are payment terms. You can research about this on Google later on. I'll be giving you assignment which you have to work on this. Is that clear? Next we'll come to Incoterms case. What does Incoterm stands for? This is also again a very important question, and again 100% question in your interviews. What is Incoterms case? Yeah. So what do you mean by that? International commercial terms, right? See, we have discussed about the payment part. What about the delivery part, guys? Who is going to look after the delivery? Now you'll say, sir, it has to be of course supplier, because when we are doing online shopping, always supplier gives me home delivery service. So it has to be supplier's point of view that he has to look for the delivery, guys. But in businesses, it is not the same case. When you go for business scenarios, the the process changes. Okay, it is not always that you take care about the supplier take cares about the delivery, right? So these are internationally recognized commercial terms which are standardized. So in our way, we can remember them as delivery terms. Now the home delivery, let us take a home delivery example. So home delivery in this Incoterm category, it is represented as DAP. DAP stands for delivery at place or delivery at point, whatever you call. So in this scenario, we have to understand who is taking more responsibility of delivery, who is taking the risk of delivery. Now, as I said, DAP, delivery at place or point. So of course, the buyer will order it and supplier will look after all the logistics, transportation, return of goods if any defectives are there. Everything has to be taken care by the supplier. So 100% risk is towards supplier base. Buyer is taking zero risk. Okay, so only he is unloading at his location and rest all is taken care by the supplier. If any damages happen, it is under the supplier's risk levels. But not all the businesses works on it. So as you can see in our PO, we have got Incoterm called as EXW. Okay, if I open it, here you can see we have got different types of Incoterms, which are old, but they are revised recently in 2021. So you can get any of the latest payment terms from the Google guys. Okay, so that but the remaining terms are same. So EXW stands for X workspace. So what does this Incoterm defines? It is a responsibility of the buyer to pick the material from the supplier's location. So here, what has happened, guys? Here, all the risk is towards buyer, not supplier. Right? So similarly, we have DPU also. DFU or DPU. Okay. Then as I said, X works is there. Then we have got FOB. Then we have got CIP, CPT, many more cases. Okay. So likewise, there are 11 different categories which are revised in recent days, 11 categories based on whether they are land route transport or seaway transport or airline transports. So based on that, different categories of Incoterms are there. So even these are asked in the interviews, guys. So at least 2 or 3 Incoterms you should know before you attend any interview. Good, guys. So this will be your assignment, which I'll be asking you in the next class. What are the payment terms and what are the Incoterms? You have to research about the different Incoterms, guys. One I've explained. So others you have to. I'll share some information, but you have to research, guys. What is the main thing in Incoterm? The responsibility. Buyer is taking which responsibility and supplier is taking which responsibility. Okay, right? So these things you should learn. The next, what else is there apart from payment terms, Incoterms? MOQ or MOV. What is this, guys? I hope everyone knows this. Minimum order quantities. Okay, or minimum order value. What do you mean by this, guys? Again, I said everyone knows about it. It is not like it is something new. Everyone knows about it because even during your normal online shopping, they have given this information. Now, suppose guys, if I order something on, uh, let us say Zomato, okay, I'll just order some 50 rupees one food item. How do you think they will give me free home delivery?
No, sir.
No, sir.
What they say? They say if you want free home delivery, your order value should be minimum 200 rupees and above. Same thing like when I go to Amazon, Flipkart, they say 500 rupees and above. Sometimes in other website it might be 1000 rupees. So same here also in businesses. I suppose if I'm purchasing a material from China and the total order value is just 1000 rupees, do you think he'll supply? Never. So he'll say if you're placing an order to me, your order value should be minimum 1 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees or 10,000 rupees, whatever. So this should be checked. Okay, this is very, very important because otherwise the vendor will reject your POS directly. So this information can be in terms of quantities or it can be in terms of value. So value, it is nothing but in terms of currency, that is 100 euros, 100 rupees or 10,000 rupees, whatever it may, that is value. But sometimes some vendors will say in terms of quantities, he say you have to order at least 100 pieces or 200 pieces or 1000 pieces. So it can be in any way. Majorly it is in terms of value, but in some orders we can go with the quantity factor also. So this concept is called as MOQ or MOV. Okay, but this MOQ or MOV value information is given by which person to which person, guys?
Supplier.
Right, supplier has to give to the buyer. But similarly, guys, even what I call buyer will give some information to the supplier, guys. That is called as delivery tolerance. What is that delivery tolerance? See, guys, everything is there. So here, currency, exchange rate, these all things are there. If you go to item details here, so here you can check, guys. So here in quantities and weights, so here is a specifications, SKU, the material description, and here you can see, guys, the conversion factor. So what is that? Order unit to SKU. SKU stands for stock keeping unit. So SKU. So what is the conversion factor here? 1 piece to 1 piece. But suppose in future, if any vendor comes, as I said, 1 box to 10 piece, then that information will automatically reflect here, and this number will get converted to 90 boxes. Okay, so that things are there. Apart from that, here you can see in delivery these two things. What is that? Over delivery tolerance, under delivery tolerance. What is this, guys? That is called delivery tolerance. What is this, guys? What is that about this? Those who have worked on PO.
Like
This information.
over delivery means if you order 100 and if you receive 110 also it is okay. And in case of under delivery minus 10, that will be tolerance.
Yes, guys. See here, you have out how many quantities here? How many quantities total? You said 1480 pieces, right? Now you have put a PO for 1480 pieces. Okay. Now suppose vendor supplies 1200 pieces. Will you accept it? Will you accept it?
No, sir.
No, because you have given 1400 pieces. So he is supplying less quantity, so you're not accepting it. Okay. What if vendor supplies 2000 pieces? Will you accept now? You have supplied more, no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So you don't want more pieces also, you don't want less also. You want exact 1400 only. Okay, it might be your requirement. But the question is, are you sure that every time vendor will deliver you exactly 1400 pieces only? Will there be no damages, no other issues in the delivery? Is it 100% sure that you'll receive 400 pieces always?
No, no, sir. Not possible.
Then how to compensate that information then? When you're not sure that vendor will deliver me exact 1400 pieces every time, then you have to compensate, right? What if, let us say, vendor says that the market is down right now, there is no stock available, you take less quantities. But how much less? How much less is acceptable in your company? Right? That is also very, very important, guys. So that you're going to say under delivery tolerance. So if I say 10% less, 10% of my order value, 10% less than my order quantities. So that means your order 1400, you're going to minus 140, that will be 1260 pieces. So it means if you ordered 1400, so your acceptance level is up to 1260, not lower than that. If the vendor supplies 1280 pieces, so by default, the system, when you go for inverting the materials to GRN, system will not accept the quantities here. It will directly reject them. This is what we call under delivery, new system point of view. So if you're thinking theoretically also, so we are not going to accept. So this information we are going to tell to the vendor first only in PO itself, guys. So from that, he will understand how much he has to deliver by keeping these things into consideration. Okay. Apart from that, sometimes we have to set over delivery also, guys. Under delivery, okay, we'll do it. It is major of the part will happen at every time. But over delivery will not happen every time. It's just like when I say minimum order quantity set by the supplier, supplier will never say maximum order quantity space. Have you ever seen that vendor supplier saying that you have to order only maximum up to 1000 rupees, not more than that? Right? It is very, very rare case. Right. So similarly here also, over delivery tolerance, buyer will always say not required. But in some scenarios where, let me say, the materials which I'm purchasing are very critical materials, I cannot store that material for longer time. They have got a very less shelf life. Okay, that is expiry date. Or apart from that, the storage is not available in your premises to store any extra material. So in that case, we have to set the over delivery also. Because over means extra, because that's what I said. If the vendor says that I have got extra quantities now, you have ordered anyway 1480 pieces, but vendor says that I have got extra quantities, and you take it for next 3-4 months one time itself. So whether it is acceptable or no, so that also we can set in over delivery case. So when I say over delivery, let us say 20%, just a random number I'm taking. So 1400 plus 20% of that is how much, guys? 280. This maximum I can accept how much? 1680 pieces. So plus or minus, it has to be always considered, because we know that we will never get exact 1400. Right? So this is called as delivery tolerance. Getting guys? Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right? So these are some of the important points, not all, some of the important points which we have to check while creating PO. So all these points will be very important for your interview skills. So you have to remember them. Getting guys? Now I'll just show you a sample. So just go to site here. Okay. So here you can check. We have got a guide for purchase orders. So what is purchase order? Legal document, I told you. used by a buyer and sent for supplier for an order. It specify order quantities and all. This is purchase order example. As you can see, the company's information, purchase order number, customer ID, okay, then date, delivery date, shipment via, okay, terms of shipments. That is what we call it as shipping term, Incoterms and payment terms. Then company's information, vendor shipped to. Then we have got the information about the materials, okay, and all the informations. Actually, in most of the POs, we don't get this pricing and all with the taxation. We calculate it, but only prices total will be there. But sometimes we need to add the taxation also. But major POs don't have taxation, guys. Apart from that, you can see the benefits or how does the purchase order work. So simple scenario they have explained already. I've told this in P2P and S2P cycle. So see, create a purchase order for selected vendor. So how we are going to create? The previous step they are not explained here because that will be taken care by multiple, because I told you PO can be created multiple ways with PR, with contracts, with agreements manually and all. So anyway, you create a PO, you take approval of the PO, send to the PO to the vendor, vendor confirms the acceptance of the PO, and then customer receives the order which they have raised. Vendor invoices the customer for products or services. Customer does the invoice verification. Okay, he approves the invoice and vendor is done with the payment, and hence the PO is closed. Getting as PO gets closed when? After making the payment, guys, not before making the payment. But right now we will take it up to delivery part. So we are going to assume right now the PO open close status with respect to material order part, material delivered part. And then I'll come to that also, guys. But actual PO will get closed after making the payment, guys. Then the same steps they have explained here. So apart from that, we have to know different types of POs also, guys, okay, which is very much important. So I'll share this link. Don't worry, you can go through that later on. But read all those points, guys. Okay, so different types of purchase orders. Important point. Standard purchase order. So what is standard purchase order? You create normal PO whenever you have got a requirement. You create a PO and send it to the vendor. Important is the delivery date here, guys. So whatever the shipment date is given, so on that date you are going to receive the material. There is no like tentative part. Okay, it is like a fixed delivery schedule, and as per that you will receive the material. Like one here and through that, like you will get advance a little bit or more, but they have given there what a fixed delivery date, guys. No scheduled date. That is called standard PO, guys. So normally what we are creating is a standard PO. That is there. But we have got different types of PO. As you can read, standard purchase orders are used for most one time or immediately released purchases. They include all relevant purchase order details such as product, service, description, pricing, and everything. And once approved, a standard PO becomes a legally binding agreement between buyer and the supplier for a specific transaction. But when we go for other POs, so one is called as planned purchase order, or we call it as PPO. Okay, planned purchase order. So what is planned purchase order? You have made a plan, let us say you have made a plan to purchase the material for a project for a specific duration, let us say 3 months, right? So you give them the order. So as you can see, the delivery date is not fixed. So you are going to say the delivery will happen between 5th March 2022 to 20th March 2022. So they can happen, their all items are not going to deliver in one day. They are going to be delivered in different dates, guys. So that information will be given. That is called as planned purchase order. So this week I'm going to manufacture this components, only this material you are going to deliver. Next material I want on particular date, you are going to deliver that. So we have got a planned purchase order. So as you can read here, so planned purchase orders are long-term purchase agreements with a commitment to buy goods or services from a specific vendor over time, over a particular timeline, guys. So let us say 3 months agreement I have made. So 3 months I can make a planned purchase order. So for this month I want 100 quantities. Next month I want 200 quantities. So likewise you can pay. So these orders typically include estimated quantities and all those things. However, unlike standard POs, planned POs do not specify exact delivery dates or quantities upfront, that is in advance. Instead, scheduled releases are issued against the planned purchase orders to initiate the actual orders. Okay, so whenever you're purchasing bulk quantities, these provide more flexibility in terms of delivering time, volume, making ideal for businesses that expect recurring needs but want to retain agility in fulfillment. Right, so this will be there. But whatever the main problem is with respect to here, is the let us say pricing part and all, guys. Because see, in planned purchase order, the price, now suppose you have made a plan for 3 months to purchase, so plans, the pricing whatever are there for that respective month, okay, will be updated. As in the previous month, I have taken the material for, let us say, $45. If this month the price was $55, then you have to take it 55 days. So prices will not get fixed, right? Because major projects will be always for long term, like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Suppose if you want to purchase the material on a fixed term, okay, and for a fixed terms and conditions for fixed price, then we go for always blanket purchase orders, which is also part of scheduled purchase orders, we call it as, or scheduling agreements, we call, right? So here all the things are fixed, like delivery dates and all those things. But here you are not going to take delivery of all the materials or whatever quantities are scheduled in one time. You are going to schedule those POs for entire 1 year, one time itself. We can call them as one time PO. So one time you are going to schedule, but you are going to receive the material on respective dates, what schedule you have given there. So as per the scheduling agreement, we create these POs and send them, guys, which is called as blanket purchase orders. So here you can read, here we got a discounted price. Right. So here prices and terms and conditions, whatever are there, will be as per the initial date of agreement, not as per the current date. So these are called as blanket purchase orders. So these are is a customer order that covers the entire contractual order with the deliveries made by the vendor over a period of time. When needed, the customer requests for or schedules deliveries for recurring purchases, including in the blanket PO total. So we can call in simple, these are one-time POs, guys. We can call them. One time means we are going to schedule the POs for entire 1 year in the initial stage itself with the agreement, and give all the delivery dates, delivery quantities to the vendor, and release these POs as whenever I want them. Anyways, so those are called as blanket purchase orders. Similarly, contract purchase orders. So same like our scheduling POs there. So here we are going to create a PO with reference to contract. So here you can see. Okay, so as written, reference to contract. So POV I'm going to create with reference to contract. So what will happen with this with regarding that? So whatever the price, whatever the unit of measurement, whatever the payment terms, whatever the in-code terms were set in this contract, all those parameters will be as per that. But here the delivery schedule is not fixed. Okay, let us say I made a contract of 1 year, but there is no fixed schedule for me. Let us say whenever my customer provides me the requirement of the project, I will then purchase it. But whatever the terms and condition, price, and all delivery times are there, I want to fix it for the next 1 year with the vendor. So whenever the customer provides me the order, or let us say he provides me the project information, I will purchase the materials from the vendor by creating this purchase order with reference to contract. So all the terms and conditions will remain same. They will not change. Okay. So these are called as contract purchase orders. So apart from this, we have other things also, but not so important. So contract purchase orders are known as contract purchase agreements, are framework agreements that define the legal and commercial terms between buyer and supplier. Unlike the PO types like CPOs, unlike the different PO types, contractual purchase orders do not include specific item details or delivery schedules. So they don't have the fixed schedule, guys. Instead, standard purchase orders are later issued under the contract. So it means we are going to create a standard POs only, but with reference to what? Contract. It is just like standard PO, but we are going to create with reference to contract. So whatever the terms and conditions are there in this contract, those will be taken in that PO, guys, referring the agreed upon terms and conditions. So this is ideal for organizations that want to negotiate the terms in advance, but finalize the purchases as needed over time, not immediately. So whenever let us I'll make a contract for 1 year, and whenever I need the material, then I will purchase the material from that vendor based on the terms and condition which was agreed before. Okay. So even if the prices changes, if his payment term changes, that is not liable in this POs, in this type of PO. Apart from that, we call digital POs, or we call it as automatic POs, which are system generated. We don't create it. So depending upon the inventory level, like suppose if I say my inventory, if my inventory level for M01 material goes less than 100 quantities, then automatically the system should create a PO for that vendor. So we can do that automatic purchase order. So all these options will be there electronically. Different ERP tools have got these settings, but this is not important for you guys. So leave this one. But at least everyone should know these 4 different types of POs. Okay, guys. So read them, understand them. Anyway, you have got a time tomorrow again for Sunday time. So take your time out and please do practice it and work on this all other things, guys. So this is a very, very important topic. Getting everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions? Anyway, I'll share this notepad file of mine and even all the links and those things in the group. Go through them, prepare them, and we will meet back on Monday, guys.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you just share class recordings?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye. Good night.